Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. I'm Sarah.
I'm Shireen, and today we're filming our monthly wrap up, everything that we read in Feb.
Yep.
And you know what?
hmm
I had almost nearly a perfect month.
Really?
hmm
Like all 5 stars month?
I mean, kind of, yes.
Yee, so nice. And actually, I realized as well that it's a month heavy on book exchange.
Yes.
You read what I read what you
We were
read.
very
We did a lot of
inspired.
book exchange. So I think this
Yes.
is why it's an all-star kind of month.
Honestly, I think even like it's too early to say,
Yeah.
but like favorite books of the
Mm.
year could be in this list. Favorite books of
Mm.
all time could be on this list. It was a very
Yeah.
good reading
Yeah.
month.
Great.
And like
It
I
was, yeah.
think books that elicit a lot of really like great thoughts and discussions.
That's true.
And
Yeah.
remember I was telling you I felt a little bit of a reading slump.
Yes. Oh, yeah, true. You started the month like that.
I
Yeah.
started the month
Yeah.
a bit feeling
Yeah.
not super excited to pick up a book, and all these books have cured me. I'm back on
Yes,
track.
back on track.
Back on track.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah, I
month.
think it was a good month, even though it was quite short. And I feel my read this month were mostly short reads
Yeah,
somehow.
but great
Yeah,
reads, no?
but very good reads. Yes, very good reads, I have to say.
An
Yes,
honorary mention to one
yes.
country. We'll
I
talk
lie, I
about.
had the secret story also. It's 600 pages. But
Okay, we'll
anyways,
get to that.
we'll get to that.
That's gonna be an interesting
That's
discussion.
gonna be a very interesting
Okay,
discussion. Okay,
let's start.
let's start. Should I start? You
You
start?
have more, so you go first.
Okay, so I'll start with. Okay, maybe I'll start with this one on Kindle. The Body Where I Was Born by Guadalupe Nettel. So I picked this up. I don't know. I had it on my TBR list, so sometimes I'm just like getting into it because
Yeah,
I want to
never heard of it.
clean it up. She is a Mexican author, and basically the summary is it's the story of a woman. She's reminiscing of her childhood
Okay.
and her teenagehood while she's speaking to a therapist. So the whole book
Okay.
is centered around that. She's having a conversation with a therapist and she's going through her past and traumas. And the body where I was born, so when she was born, she had an issue with the eye, and for a long time I think she had like an eye patch or something. So her body was not like fully um
Functioning.
mature functioning. She had a lot of things struggle going on related to her body, and her mom through the 70s was also like a bit wild and like moving different places.
Okay.
And so basically it's all of these things that have impacted her and how she felt in her body and the relation she had with her body growing up until like she find herself
Hmm.
back. So yeah,
Okay.
it's an interesting journey. I think it was a nice read. I mean, nothing really
Nothing that stuck with
exceptional.
you, yeah.
Yeah, nothing has stuck with me, but it was an interesting read. Some
I think
Yeah,
with these types of books, there needs to be really great skill because the book is not plot, right? Like
yeah.
it's just one setting, right? It's a therapy session,
There are different settings. Yeah,
multiple
she
therapy
goes
sessions.
through.
It's not just a
It's
therapy
not a
session.
therapy session. She's going back to the times where she lived all of
Ah,
this.
okay,
So we go
okay,
through the
okay.
setting. So she lived in France, for instance, in
Okay,
south of
so I
France.
thought it's one
No, it's not.
setting,
No.
one character, because in that case, I'm like, it needs to
Yeah,
do a lot
yeah. Yeah, no, it
to
wasn't like that. You're going
engage
through their
you.
childhood with her, through her
Okay.
eye, like.
But it just didn't
But
feel
it didn't.
no
Yeah,
sparks.
it was okay. But like, I would give it an average rating, like a 3.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Not it's not going on my
no,
list.
it's not.
It did not
No.
elicit exciting
Mm.
emotions in me.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's one.
Maybe
We go into the excitements.
you know what? I feel like every month on these wrap up I have an accomplishment.
Mm.
Had an accomplishment with the Epic of
Yes.
Gilgamesh, I had an accomplishment with the Odyssey, and I have
Ooh.
another accomplishment this
Mm.
month.
Which one?
I read
Oh
okay,
yes.
semi accomplishment. I read my first ever
Yeah.
Shakespeare.
Bravo.
Is that not so literary of me?
Yes.
I have
It
read
is a big
Shakespeare.
achievement. Yes.
However, I did cheat.
Yeah.
Because as you see,
It's in Farsi.
it's not in English.
I think
and,
this is why.
and you might think, why, as an English speaker and
Yeah.
reader, did you pick up Shakespeare in a different
Yeah.
language? I will tell you why.
Mm.
And the reason is, I mean, to be honest, Shakespeare never really intrigued me that much,
Yeah.
frankly. Like, I was not that
Okay.
into the
Yeah.
Shakespearean
World. Yeah.
English. And we had it in school, and I don't
Yeah.
know, maybe I have school memories of it. I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
Mm.
But it hasn't been on my thing of like, I want to read a Shakespeare play.
Yes.
However, I want to know of the Shakespeare play. Like, I
Yeah.
want to know the stories and the tragedies and the
What
comedies
is it
because they're
about?
interesting stories.
Yeah.
But I think it's difficult. Like
Yeah.
reading Shakespeare
Mm.
in its Shakespearean English
Yeah.
is difficult.
It's very
Even as like a
difficult.
native English
Yeah.
speaker,
It
it's not
is.
intuitive at
Yes.
all.
Yeah.
So I saw a little snippet of it and I just didn't feel like I want to read that.
Yeah.
And I just was like, I'm not in the mood to be confused. I'm not in the
Yeah.
mood to do this. I don't know. I don't know why. That part of the
Yeah.
literary world didn't really intrigue me.
Yeah.
And then I saw a clip of an actor and he was reading a quote
Mm.
from Shakespeare in Farsi. And I was like, that sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
So I
Why not?
got it in Farsi. Why
Yeah.
not? I mean, is it cheating? I don't know.
It's not because I believe I read it also when I probably for school or something,
Hmm.
and it was in French for sure. It was not in
I mean, is
English.
it cheating
Yeah.
that I am
Yeah.
like a native English
Yeah.
speaker? But I don't.
It's
It's
okay.
not normal English.
Yes. But
I don't know.
maybe you
It
can
didn't.
try it
Maybe at some point because
in
I did.
English
I did go
and you
back
can do a
again.
comparison.
I did go back and I
Yeah.
tried, and I was like, I
Yeah.
closed.
That's the thing. I feel it's not very natural. Like it's
No,
very complicated to read it.
no,
It loses you a bit.
no. And my lovely cousin, she brought this for me,
Yeah.
and she did a great job of researching to get a translation
Mm.
that is because there are translations where you even like
Yeah.
you don't understand even
Yeah.
in Farsi, like it's equivalent of that.
Yeah.
So she found a very good translation where it keeps the balance of like, okay, it's comprehensible.
Mm.
Is that a word? Comprehensible,
Yeah.
whatever. It's
Yeah.
understandable,
Understandable.
but it still keeps
Yes.
the like the tone of the time that it was
Yeah.
written. It's not too modern.
Mm.
So I really liked it.
Yeah.
This is
Okay, very
now in
nice.
Farsi it's Othello, but I think in
Yeah.
English it's like Othello.
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 Yeah, I
I don't
believe
know. I
so.
say Othello.
Yeah.
I'm used to Othello.
Yeah.
I will say Othello.
Othello.
But this is
Yeah.
one of his tragedies. Um, it's about revenge and it's about men. And they're
Another heavy topic.
you know and you
Man.
know what, this really pissed me off. Othello really pissed me off
Yeah.
because the fact that you commit such a big act
Yeah.
without even being 100% sure
Mm.
of the revenge that you're taking
This says
is
a
a
lot, no?
bit that really pissed me off because the act is not
Yes.
something you can take back.
Exactly.
It's a big act
It's a
against the
big
person,
act, yes.
right?
Mm.
And it comes from someone who's seeking revenge and he's planting doubts
Yeah.
and seeds within his mind about his wife and about
Oh,
his
yes.
he's like a commander in chief. I don't know all the right
Yeah.
title. He's like the big military guy and there's one under him, like his right hand man, and the guy who's doing the revenge is jealous of this right hand man. He thinks that he
Yeah.
should have that position.
Mm.
So he starts putting doubts in everyone's minds and playing creating a lot of chaos, and it just pissed me off, the ending.
Yeah.
It really did.
Yeah.
Because my man, you are a
Like,
great
why?
war strategist. You are
Yeah.
this like smart, big, powerful. You do not think before you commit
Yeah.
such an act that you should be
A bit more.
a bit more sure.
Yeah.
But it was great.
Yeah. That's why probably there were so many wars back in the time.
You know
Because
what?
they were
Because
like that.
you cannot control emotions. You know?
Mhm.
I think it's just like how easily you can be emotionally manipulated, or I don't know, he could be emotionally manipulated into committing. And like you said, like it does make you think about a lot of things in this world.
Exactly.
And I think a lot of it comes down to something as simple and basic as like this a misunderstanding.
Thinking things through.
That's all it takes sometimes.
That's all it takes.
Othello, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe people. Anyways, did I spoil? I mean,
But
does
no,
Shakespeare
not
things have a
really.
like? Do we
Yeah.
all not
No.
know?
Yeah.
It's a tragedy,
More or less.
everyone
Yeah.
dies at the end. It's what it is.
Now it's spoiled.
It's called a tragedy, There's
Yes.
death. But
Okay, so
I just felt a really big accomplishment that I now know
yeah.
Othello. Like
Yeah.
I know the full story, I know the characters, and it just feels like something like something.
5
Right?
stars.
No. 4.
4.
No. I did not feel
Agreed.
5-star vibes.
Yeah. No butterflies.
No, I didn't have butterflies, but I did enjoy it. I wasn't dreading picking it up.
Okay, good.
I was reading it.
Yeah.
But again, I understand the big importance of Shakespeare in the context of literature, but the story is also quite a simple one. Like it's not something that is blowing my mind.
Yeah.
But there is a whole historical context of time, all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I get that, but just the story as its own is not something that complicated.
Yeah.
And again, I didn't read it in English, so. But I liked it.
Great.
I read Shakespeare. I feel cool.
Special.
I feel special. I'm gonna tell that to people, by the way.
Yeah.
I've read Shakespeare. Have you?
Okay.
Oh no? You should try it.
You should try. Should I go into Brazil or should I go into Secret Story? Are we ready for that discussion?
I think we're about to have a discussion.
Okay,
but
we are ready.
What? I think that's a good discussion to have.
It's a good discussion.
Because I think it's important because we agree a lot.
Yeah.
And I think it's nice
to also disagree. Yes.
To disagree.
That's true. So, the Secret Story.
We're about to disagree.
Donna Tartt. I think Shirin gave a full summary on the last month's video.
Yeah.
But however, in short, let's say 6 students?
6.
6 students, Vermont, boarding school.
University.
Yes. University. A shady professor.
Feels boarding school, yeah.
Some things that happen. Some events. Okay. A lot of events. So I have to say, this book, I didn't enjoy it. Like, in short. I know it's everywhere, and I was really excited to pick it up actually, because the story itself seems so nice, and it's really something like I feel it's my vibe. But I think the main difference between us two is that I am not really a vibe reader. Like I'm a soul searching reader.
Yeah.
Like I feel less the vibe.
Okay.
So I think for me it was very difficult to get into it. I feel like the book just flew over my head, like I could not get into it. It's 600 pages. I feel like 300 pages were too much, like non-necessary, and like it's telenovela, like it's a telenovela, this book for me, you know what I mean?
I mean, yeah,
things are happening, like what else is left, like anything that you can think of, the worst thing that you can think of will happen in this book.
True.
And honestly, like it's just throw there. Ali, what's next? Let's do it.
True.
So I felt like this 300 pages were very painful for me. I really had to force myself.
Can you tell me which 300 pages? The end or the middle where it was very slow?
Very
he's freezing to death and he's
but then there's also towards all the things happen.
Yeah.
They try to frame him and for this story, like
there's a lot that happens.
This is the time where everything happens. The parents, too many things happen at the same time, and I found it like extremely. They lost me. So I like the ending. I felt like it came together nicely. Like I could make sense of it. I could understand. And it was a bit more depth, maybe, like understanding more about the characters. So I felt
I think it did not meet
it didn't meet my expectations,
what you thought the book would be.
Yes, too superficial for me.
Too superficial for you.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it was what I expected the book to be.
Yes.
I did not expect more from it than what I got. So maybe also getting into it, expectation levels were set a bit higher. Because for me, like what I thought dark academia, that's what you hear with the book, dark right? Is literally that. It's like when I was describing it to like How to Get Away with Murder.
Yes.
It's an over dramatic, dark, gloomy murder, this, whatever. Like that is what I expected it to be. Like I'm watching this type of show, which telenovela in a vibes. Telenovela in like a dark, brooding setting. So I think I went into it maybe with a little bit of like the better expectations of the book. I didn't expect something more out of it. And I think a lot of the criticism is valid. And like I see it. but I don't think I was as bothered
Yeah.
by it, and maybe because I did not expect
Yeah.
more out of
More.
it. So I went into it. What I wanted from it was
Yeah.
the setting, which I think I got the setting.
Yeah.
And what I wanted out of it was this whole like murder and this like, because I kept
Yeah.
hearing about this group of like awful people and
Yes.
these group. So I wanted that, and I think it tick what I wanted from it.
Yes, that's true.
But the pacing, I
Yeah.
agree with you. The pacing is a bit mismatched. Like you have a part
Yeah.
of the book that is very slow, and then a part of a book where it's like one thing after the other. So this I
Exactly.
agree with
Yeah.
you. But what it did for me is I feel it kind of like immersed my imagination.
Okay.
Like I told you, even once I finished it and I
Yeah.
came out of it, I'm not as intrigued by it as I thought I was in the moment, but it did immerse my imagination. I've been to a university like that. I envisioned exactly what everything looked like.
Yeah.
I found Henry to be interesting, an
He
interesting
was
character.
yeah, I think he was
I think he was the most interesting character. A few of them, whatever. I agree. And a few parts of it where some of the characters would act a certain way where I was like, this was just thrown in. This I agree. Like there is moments where
this felt a bit like, okay, what is missing?
it was not thought out.
Salt.
Yeah. I agree that some bits towards the end I was like, we could have done without
Like,
this little twist. We've had
this
enough.
was useless. Yeah.
But I liked Henry. And I liked where it took my mind of like thinking about the desperation of our main character, because I'm sitting outside objectively reading like this horrible group of people doing the stupidest things. Like we are mentally fully there, you know. And I'm also thinking like, why are you doing this stupid stuff? Like, are you children?
Yeah.
Are you not?
That's why for me it was so unrelatable.
Yeah,
you know, like
but I liked being like seeing that from the outside and then seeing the desperation of someone who is trying to go like to be involved with this group of people that I was like, I fully could understand that why is this happening. So I was not so bothered by it, but I think my expectation level was probably at a right better place for it than yours. And maybe because I said that I enjoyed it, maybe your expectation even went higher.
Maybe, but I have to say I didn't really go like, I don't feel like I went into like with a lot of expectations. But again, I don't know. I was expecting to like it. That's for sure.
Maybe
I was expecting that.
Maybe you expected that there's more than just like plot.
Substance. And also I really felt like the story is absolutely not, like, it's not credible. I feel people are gonna hate me here because
I mean, credible, you know, like realistic.
Not really realistic. You know,
no, it's not.
Which it's fine, but she wants to make it realistic.
Like, you know, when for me, it's like the exact thing of why I want to watch a show like How to Get Away with Murder. I compare because I see a lot of similarities, right? Like, you watch the show and it's like so overly.
Everything is overly done. Like,
oh come on, I would die. Like I would die.
Who is gonna kill
if
who
half
now?
of this stuff happens to me, I am in a mental asylum. Like it's not normal.
This is not normal.
Which of course it's not, but it's also like the thing where I'm like, I want to watch this mess. I don't want to be in it. I don't relate to it. I don't understand it.
But it entertains you.
But it entertained me. And I think we had this discussion that I think I'm a bit more eclectic with my taste in books. Or that I can overlook some shortcomings in books and still feel like I enjoyed it. Because I feel like it can also have a different purpose. But it's something like there might be another book that has everything that I'm saying that I liked about this book, and I'll be like, I didn't like it.
Exactly.
And I cannot explain why. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, it's like that.
But I have the other Donna Tartt book and I will read it.
Yes. Let me know how
But I think it needs, if her books are all within the same thing, it needs
some space in between.
Because I cannot imagine right now going into another thing like that. I will be like rolling my eyes.
So I think I give it a 3.
Fair. Whatever you felt. I think I will give it a 4. I will be fair to my feelings. When I was reading the book. Now it's not as like at the forefront of my brain as like
because
a book
between we had a lot more forefront in our brain. Yes. And now we can move on to a book where
which
we
one?
both say yes.
Which one?
Look,
we have many
poor things.
This one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, true.
Because I was like, I thought.
Did I spoke about poor things in the last one?
Yes.
Yes, right?
You did.
In Jan also. Yes. Okay.
You did.
Yes.
Okay. But now we can have a
Yes.
more of a discussion,
Yes.
I think. Because now I know
Yes.
also. Poor Things by
Alasdair
Gray. This was a very random pick. We exchanged books in the used bookstore, and I've never heard of this, and I just picked it. I liked the cover, and then I liked just a little bit of some of the context, and I was like, okay, I'll pick this up. So I give Sarah to read. She described it in the one line that just intrigued me: feminist Frankenstein. I mean, I believe that's all you need,
right,
to be convinced to read this book.
Yes.
And the idea of a man creating a woman. If you're a woman, I think probably majority of you are very interested in what
will be the outcome.
And some of it is as I expected the outcome to be. As
pretty,
as cliche and as what a guy would want out of a typical thing. But it's not only about that. When you said unreliable narrator, I fully now understand what you mean because I've read the book, and it really, really, really is a story of that, because you read 90% of the book. And you think you know one thing, and all it takes is a few pages at the end to break that reality for you. And I think it's a bit scary, but also really interesting how different people can narrate a story in such different ways. And if it didn't have the last piece, I think it would not have been this impactful. Because I was reading it, and it's really fascinating. Again, everyone involved in the story is a man. The doctor who creates the women is a man. The guy who's telling the story is a man. The author is a man. So it was a bunch of these men trying to shape, mold this woman, who did not have a childhood, right? So she didn't grow up being fed that you should act this way, you should behave this way. So she's been free and wild, and people really try to contain her, and she just does not care, and she does what she wants because she doesn't have the stuff that's been embedded in her since childhood. And I really liked her. I even asked you, I was like, did you love her when you were reading it?
I loved her. I felt so attached to her in a way.
I felt so proud of her.
To see her grow. She inspired me. She asked the right questions.
And she questioned the right things. She's
exactly.
Why can't I do that?
I mean,
you're doing it. Why can't I do it? And there's no valid even response when she asks this. This is what I love. But
she's right. All in.
She's right. And it was very well done. I didn't expect this random little book to do this. And I would recommend you to read it, and I think it's really worth the end that puts everything in perspective. I really like that part a lot.
Me too.
And I didn't know that was coming.
I know you
were saying but I thought it's just her
the way
that is from her perspective.
Yes.
Because in the story
until the end, you don't realize.
So there's a story of, did we even summarize it? Okay, so there is a doctor, kind of. There's, in essence, there's a doctor who is continuing the experiments of his late father, who was trying to resurrect the dead, I guess, or bring back people back to life.
Frankenstein vibes.
Frankenstein, exactly. So there is a woman who jumps off the bridge, I guess commits suicide. She's pregnant. This is a bit disturbing, but he takes the brain of the unborn child to bring this woman back to life. And then he narrates who she is and where she came from. And she kind of goes through her escapades. She does what she wants. And then you find out the end.
The end.
I really liked
That
it.
not everything is true. It's beautiful. I really enjoy like the depth of the
Mm.
characters, her learning journey through life, seeing things through her eyes somehow was something that was very
I was
enlightening.
I didn't expect
Did you watch the movie
twist.
afterwards?
No, not yet.
Ah, you need to
I
watch.
heard that movie is like really
It's diff-
like
it's
abstract.
different. But it's very nice. I
Really,
think maybe I loved it
because of the book,
because of the book. Because I really enjoyed it. I felt
the
it
movie.
was yeah, I
Mm.
felt it was good.
I'll
And
watch it.
usually it's always difficult to
Yeah,
find a
to
good movie adapted like from a book, but I felt this one was actually very well done. So yeah,
yeah. Please read it.
loved it.
Poor things. I feel like it's a hidden gem,
I
so
feel
I'm
yeah,
happy we
yeah,
discovered and we can share.
yeah. It's amazing,
Okay,
amazing. Absolutely recommended.
let's
Okay,
go.
next we go into Brazil. So I have Crooked Plow by Itamar Vieira Jr. So there was a lot of things I didn't know about Brazil before getting into all of these Brazilian
Yeah,
authors.
true.
And I felt this was a great learning in terms of
Mm,
history through literature and through different authors. So I really enjoyed that discovery. So this book is a contemporary novel. It has been, I think, it's been set like early 1900, and this is the story of two sisters. Those two sisters are living in a plantation. The slavery is supposed to be abolished. However, everyone is still living like the owners versus the slaves. And those two sisters, they find one day a knife below the bed, and the knife belonged to the grandma. And they think it's like a magical thing because it's probably one of the most expensive thing they ever seen in their life. They put it in their mouth and they cut
okay.
their tongues out, and they go
Oof.
to the doctor and so on. So basically one of them becomes like mute and the other one can still speak, but they both have a different role in the story, right? So the first part of the book you follow one of the sister, I think it's Bibiana, and then the second part of the story you follow the other one, Belosinia, probably a terrible pronunciation, but and then you follow them. So one is like more the representation of like, you know, the silenced woman. She's working, she's a
Mm,
hard worker, but at the same time she doesn't do anything for herself. Like she's not like someone who challenge the status quo. She's just doing her job. She's trying to do it to the best she can speak. So she's really the kind of victim there. She's really representing like this oppressed part
mm,
of society, the kind of people who don't
mm,
rebel and just accept. And then the other sister is the opposite. She's like she decides to go and to leave and to try to become a teacher and to get out of this social class, to get married and try to rebel and to change things. So very different characters. And at the end, which I really like, the last part of the book is like the collective spirit. So there is really, I think this is more related to like the African um,
mm,
history, where there's this concept of like the collective, and there's something almost like magical, you know, like how everyone is coming together and the spirits and
Is
a lot of things.
Pluribus? Have you watched the show?
No,
Oh, never mind.
and so at the end is it's also a nice perspective into like looking at them or like the situation they are going through the collective and witnessing the
Mm,
change. So I feel it's a very very interesting book. It takes a lot into like social class and slavery and society and what is freedom. Like to me this was like something I think I was telling you last time, like it reminded me a lot of mice and
mm,
men because of this relation to the land, and you know this like huge disparities, and the poor are thinking that they just exploit they're just being exploited by the landowners. I feel like for all of the people who are like more the oppressed, freedom means
mm.
land, but the owners are the one who own the land and they're like
Wealth,
not even there,
essentially,
you
right?
know.
Like wealth.
Yeah, so very interesting, I think. Different context but a lot of parallels.
Mm,
I really enjoyed it more than expected. Yeah.
I think, like, have you ever thought about Brazilian literature prior to us doing this? I
No,
never had
no,
Brazilian
never.
literature
Yeah,
as like one of
yeah,
anything in my mind,
true.
right? Like there's all the like Russian literature and there's
Exactly.
the British and there's
Yeah,
like the Japanese, but I never thought of
no.
Brazilian. And I think now it's like
Mm.
one of my favorite books that I've read has been
Honestly,
from this.
impressive. Yeah, I mean, we haven't been into our
We will
favorite
get there. This is
Lispector
not
yet,
even the
but
peak.
yes, it's a big, but it was so good, honestly. Really good.
Hmm, I'm
So
curious as well.
you might want to read it.
I might want to read it.
I believe you should.
I should. I
Yes.
will.
Very nice
And very
one.
pretty.
Crooked Plow.
Crooked
Yeah,
Plow.
very cute, no?
I will read more
Yes.
Brazilian
And this
authors.
reminded me also like we should pick up more books that we don't know anything about.
Exactly.
Again, we
And
come
you
back to the
know,
same conclusion, but we always have like so much to read on.
speaking
Speaking
of
of,
that, I will segue
yes,
into another Brazil
let's do it.
and another book that, you know what, I might not have picked up
Mm,
if it was not for this.
yeah,
And I am so, so, so happy that we did this and that I did
yeah.
because I really enjoyed it. And that is The
Mm,
Posthumous Memoirs of Brás, Cubas by Machado de Assis. Every time I would do research on Brazil, like this was the
yeah,
book, the classic Brazilian book that would come up
yeah,
each time. And it is such a little gem. And I don't know why this is not as popular
yeah,
as a lot of other books as well. Because, and this was like when I was when I was in Goodreads and I would like see the reviews, I think like most of the reviews started this way. Like, how is this something
yeah.
I've never heard of? Why no one knows about this?
Why?
Why no one talks about this?
Yeah,
I really liked it and I didn't
yeah,
expect it to be what it was.
yeah.
A very light book, but not in like a silly way.
Mm,
It's very easy to read. It's
okay.
very short chapters.
Yeah.
Um
Oh, yeah.
and
Okay.
so
Mm,
it's kind of like a memoir,
yeah.
but it's a fictional character.
Okay.
It's Brás Cubas.
Yeah.
He has died and
Mm,
he's now recounting his life post his death.
yeah.
And there's a lot that happens, like normal life things,
Mm.
but they're told in like such a um how do I say, like a
Humorous?
yeah, humorous way.
Mm.
He's not the kindest person,
Yeah.
but I don't dislike him.
Mm.
And I I remember there was one part of this book where the way that he justifies
Yeah.
to himself, like
Mm.
things that he does and things that he says.
Yeah.
And I remember I highlighted and I wrote like interesting, because I always thought that when you look back and like when you're nostalgic for something and you're thinking through memory, it's a bit distorted,
Yeah.
right? Like you're not a bit honest with how you are. I think you put it's a bit more flowered. So I was like, this is a very honest remembering of himself in
Mm.
his life. And then the next chapter was like, well, this is the best thing about being dead, is that I don't have to prove myself
I
to
don't have,
anyone.
yeah.
I can be what I want to be,
No
right?
filter.
There's no more like
Yeah.
social moral obligations. I'm
Yeah.
dead. And I was like, okay, you just answered my
Yes.
question. This thing kept coming up, like the way that he just was so honest and raw with
Yeah.
the way that he acted, and it
Mm.
felt really human.
Yeah.
And he wasn't perfect, and he was telling us the
Yeah.
fact that he wasn't perfect.
Mm.
Like, he's racist, he's
Yes.
sexist, he's all the ists. He's not very nice sometimes, but he's not a horrendous person.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't like
Yeah.
dislike him.
He's just a normal
He's
person.
a normal
Yeah.
person, borderline. He does some
Yeah.
things, he says some things. But he's really honest about
Yeah.
it, and it feels really refreshing. But it's funny.
Yeah.
I was smiling a lot of the
Really?
book. I didn't expect
Yeah.
this.
To be so, yeah.
And
Okay.
I don't know. I was. What did I write? I just saw. Oh, this is amazing. Like, yeah, here I remember this part where he justifies. Like he basically says, you need to create more moral equivalence.
Yeah.
You do one bad thing,
Mm.
you wash that with doing one good thing. So
Ah,
this
okay.
is how he
Like,
like
it's a
justifies.
balance.
It's a balance. So you steal money, but then you give a part of that money to someone who needs it.
Yeah.
You've kind of balanced your sin, right? Like, yeah,
It kind of makes sense.
It's kind of makes sense, but I don't know. I really enjoyed it. It
Yeah.
was funny. It was raw. It talks about uh, everything I feel that's like
Yeah.
normal in someone's lifetime.
Yeah.
There's relationships, there's failed
Mm.
relationships, there's like love that comes back.
Ooh.
There's things that happen that's like there's
Yeah.
infidelity. There's also slavery.
Okay.
There is money. There's
Yeah. All the themes.
all the
A life.
things, a life, a full
Human.
life,
A full life.
but
Very
told
nice.
through a very nice, fun. It was fun.
Yeah.
I had fun with it,
That's nice.
but I had moments of it. I was like,
Hmm.
well said.
Okay.
So yeah,
I have it, so I
yeah,
should
I
get
think
into
I
it.
would recommend you to read it. I'm
Yes.
curious what you would think.
Yeah. I'm
Get all
curious
my
myself.
highlights.
I feel like maybe I need to take a short break.
I
Like maybe get into something else to
think
read
so.
and then go back to the Brazilian.
I love his logic.
The
It couldn't
providence.
have been a crime, my find. He found money.
Yeah.
Neither a crime nor dishonorable, nor anything that might tarnish a man's character. It was just a fine, happy chance, like winning the lottery or a bet on a horse, like the gains of an honest game. And I will go so far as to say that my good fortune was well deserved, for I did not feel myself to be wicked, nor undeserving of the benefits of Providence. He basically finds money and he takes it.
I mean, if it was there,
I
it
love the
means
logic, but you know what I like this?
someone provide.
I love the,
That's so funny.
I love the
Hmm.
thought process.
Yeah. Okay.
But this was nice, and
Yeah.
I'm curious how you will think. And I think a book that I highlight and annotate is always a good sign
It's always a good
because
sign.
it's not something that I do
I agree.
with everything.
Okay, before I go into this, I'll go to the we keep the best
You
the
gotta
best Brazilian to
stay
the end.
tuned now. You gotta watch to the end.
Yep.
To get
Okay,
to the
so
end.
in the same author, I
Yes,
have
yes,
The
true.
Alienist and Other Short Stories by Machado de Assis. And I mean, overall, I think we are not the biggest fan of short stories. I feel it's always lacking of a lot of details and
Yeah.
depth and story ending in a way that I would like to see it. But it was nicely written, I have to say. Some of the stories, most of them were related to like the history of Brazil. So it was like slavery, inheritance, and a lot of like different theme. And the Alienist is the last story of the book, and actually it's the longest of the short stories.
Mm.
Um, and it was my favorite, maybe because it was longer, probably.
Mm.
So there was more depth to it. But basically, the Alienist is a story of first the term alienist, like
Foreigner.
how funny is this term, no? The alienist.
I mean,
It's
it's
like
a
the mad.
yeah.
It's like a mad scientist.
I feel like it's a term to make sure it's like you're
Yes,
different.
exactly.
You're there. I'm here. You're
The
an alien.
alienist, and it's really related to like sanity versus mindless, and power versus no power. But so you're in a village in Brazil, and this man wants to study madness, and he gets funding, he gets like money, and he opened his place, right? It's like an asylum
Mm.
where he's starting to study and try to understand where his mind is coming from. And slowly, I mean, he's putting the whole village like to the asylum, and you're just like, wow, is everyone crazy?
I believe so
I
now.
believe so. And I'm like, and I'm reading it, I'm like, it does make sense. I do believe. I mean, most of us have a bit of, craziness here and there. But it seems a bit like far-fetched, And I'm like, okay. Anyways, and he goes through, and then you start to realize that maybe, I mean, the mads are not like the villagers, Maybe it's also a bit of him. So
This
yes,
sounds very
that's
nice.
a whole study
Mm.
basically on like sanity versus who is actually sane, who is actually mad, and why is it that because the person in power is saying something that everyone believes it?
Mm.
Like why is no one questioning at some
Mm.
point? So yeah, it brought up like a lot of interesting questions. Um, so yeah, I like that story, but the rest of the book, I mean, very yeah, nothing special.
Yeah,
But I like that story.
yeah, it sounds
Yes.
nice. And I wish it was like a full novel because
Yes.
that
I
sounds
wish
like a
that
great
story was the
concept.
full thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a
Yes.
really good premise
Yeah.
to create really interesting
Yeah.
stories. I think that's why we wanted to read it as
Exactly.
well, right? Like if you give me that summary,
Yeah.
I want to read that book.
Exactly.
Sounds very good.
Mm.
Should I read The Alienist only?
Yeah, just read the Alienist. I don't think. I
Worth
mean,
it.
some of the other stories are fine, but like
I'm
it's
not
too
a short
short.
story. I cannot.
Exactly.
I really can't.
I,
I
I'm
tried. I
I'm
tried. I
really
always
bored,
tried.
like out of my mind with the short
Exactly,
stories.
because who cares?
It lack of everything.
It's like
Me.
5 pages.
Yeah.
It takes me 5 pages
Yeah.
just to like
To
re-enter my
get
book.
into the vibe, into
Even
the
when I pick it up,
yeah.
I need a few pages
That's
to
true. Me too.
immerse
To
back
go
into
into
the
my
story.
deep reading, yes.
And by the time you
Same.
do, it's done.
Exactly.
No.
So yeah.
Okay, I believe
Mm.
it's time.
It's time.
Is this the peak?
Oh my god, this is the
I
peak.
believe so.
Last month. Last month. Yes, I was reading Near to the Wild
Yes.
Heart by Clarice
So you
Lispector.
introduced
So let
this
me
channel
introduce
Clarice
to
Respector.
Clarice Lispector. So Clarice Lispector is a Brazilian author that appeared into our lives a couple of months ago.
Into yours, yes?
Yes, but we've
Yeah.
been talking about this for a few months.
You've brought her into mine?
Yes,
Yeah.
and we were like, oh, I really want to read that author.
But she's not
Yeah.
someone that I've always known of. It's
No,
actually
me
more
neither.
recent that
This
I've
is
heard
why
about
recently.
her.
This is why I'm
Which
saying
is
a couple of months ago.
Weird, I
Yes.
think. Why is she not more known?
I think because we got, I don't know, interesting. I don't even know, but we were talking about this.
She's a woman.
And then I remember, also like we need more women authors. So I picked up Near to the Wild Heart, and I think it was in my December or Jan
in the last
review.
video, I think.
In the last video, I loved it. Yes, I loved it. I don't know how, like, some people call her the Kafka version, the Brazilian Kafka.
Do you know? I was thinking about. We describe everything to Kafka. Like, I think there's a lot. Anything that's a bit.
Yes,
it's very Kafkaesque.
I was listening to a podcast last time about the Kafkaesque genre, and it was explaining. I will send it to you.
Okay.
It's very interesting, but I can relate in the way that how raw it is. It's so raw that it does make sense.
It's so weird that it makes sense.
Yes, like I don't know. Anyways.
Okay.
Yes, and I loved Near to the Wild Heart.
Yes,
it was so nice. So now,
I believe it's like the most famous.
No, I think
you don't think?
No,
because this
I think Agua Viva is also famous.
I don't know.
The
They're all
Hour
famous,
of the Star.
but this one was. I don't know. Where did I think that this was the more popular, or maybe it's just the one that I know of? Yeah. But this is the one that I had on my list. Yeah. And this is The Passion According to G.H. Now, no matter how much you described the stream of consciousness, and I think none of that really prepares you for
this book.
The level of, I don't know, thoughts and places we go with Clarice Lispector. And I think this is like on the spectrum of levels of out there-ness. I don't even know how to describe it. I believe this is on the far end. Yeah. Like it's somewhere near the right. Yeah. So again, I think I haven't read any of her other books, but I believe, I don't know, that this might be not the best first book. But who knows? Maybe, I don't know. I haven't read anything else.
See. I think
as per my desktop research, this was not the first place to start with Clarice Lispector. Okay. I read the back. Okay. The back was... I
didn't.
I mean, I picked it up, I read the back. Yeah. The back is very simple. Yeah. There's a woman. She goes in a room. Yeah. She sees a cockroach.
And she spirals.
She kills the cockroach. And upon killing that cockroach, she spirals into something.
A lot of questioning.
And that's the book. Yeah. That's the book. No plot. Yeah. Just vibes. And it's her in this room with a dead cockroach in the wardrobe and her mind going.
To me, it's philosophical.
It is
extremely philosophical.
It's
like she's questioning things that are like, wow, what is it to go back to a state of just being?
But the questioning is not even like the level of like, okay, good and evil. Are people innately bad? Like, I feel these are easier topics for my brain to comprehend. When I started reading it again, I have never read her. I was like thrown in the deep end. I started, and my first few pages was like, did I malfunction? Like, why do I not understand anything?
Yeah, I remember you told
why
me
do
this.
I not understand
Somehow
anything?
I found it easy to
maybe it's
to understand.
You knew
maybe or maybe something is up with
maybe
me. We don't know.
I think you and Miss Spectre. I don't think she was fully.
No, but wait, talking about this, I love how she started the book by addressing. Wait, I need to get through this.
The hold hand.
No,
the what?
Yes, wait, this one. Wait. to possible
Ah,
readers,
yes.
this book is like any other book.
Yeah.
But I would be happy if it were only read by people whose souls are already formed. Those who know that the approach, of however it might be, happens gradually and painstakingly, even passing through the opposite of what he approaches. They who, only they, will slowly come to understand that this book takes nothing from no one. To me, for example, the character GH gave bit by bit a difficult joy, but it's called joy. I love it.
I believe maybe my soul is half formed.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe that's why
Like,
it took me some parts I
I
didn't fully
love how
understand.
she's like already
Yeah,
preparing you
yeah,
before going to
yeah.
into the book. I'm like, no way,
I
like this
read
is
this to Massa
crazy.
when I picked it up. I
Yeah.
was like, look at this. Oh, I need to. Okay. So
Aww.
I had written my notes and highlights, and then she had this book, and then she wrote, and I
Yeah.
love when we do that.
Yes.
So I cannot wait to go back and like read what you were thinking.
Yes.
But I think for me, I felt I really took in, like, honestly, I would say like 50%. Because I will not lie, I had moments where I was lost.
Yeah.
And
yes,
I think
know.
maybe some moments I just didn't. It also depends like how much energy I had picking up the book, right? Like, you know, sometimes I was so, and then sometimes when I was reading it, I was just, I don't know, I found myself like, I'm not, I understand the words, but I'm not grasping the bigger concept. But then there are times where it did click. And when it clicked, it clicked
properly. Yes.
No, I was like, on my own on the balcony, I was like you know?
I was here on this couch.
Right? Like when it clicks, it's like, you're blowing my mind, Clarice.
Like, blowing my mind, honestly.
And I think it's something that deserves to be reread.
Yes, I believe
and
so.
reread.
Because I think you'll take different things
because
out of
it's
it.
philosophical, like you said.
It's purely philosophical. I love this questioning. I love this concept. There are a few concepts that I really enjoyed, and I think I was sending you yesterday because I was making some research. I mean, first, I really like this questioning of the state of being, right? Like when you strip down everything that we've learned or we got from society, or like go back to that state of like raw existence. When I think at some point she talked about when she was in the belly, or like an embryo. She was an embryo, and she tries to go back to this state to try to understand and deconstruct her personalities and learning. And you know, I'm like, wow, this blew my mind. Like this whole concept blew my mind. And then the second one was on the bad taste. You know, and she keeps on talking about this. And I think the funny thing is that this GH is a is a sculptress, right?
Yeah.
And she's a sculptress, so she's an artist, and artists are attracted to beauty.
Yeah.
Right? And this is something that she also disconstructs when she kills this ugly cockroach, right? It's the opposite of everything she wants in her life. And I really like how she speaks many times about bad taste, but not in a beauty kind of way. Not like, oh, this is like ugly, this is bad taste. No, she talk about bad taste as something very human. Like, what makes you maybe a bad taste person is you focusing too much on aesthetics, on the beauty of things, on material stuff. She talks about how much money she has and how much, you know, and removing all of this, who are you? So I really like this concept of bad taste as well.
I think the cockroach was also such a, like, an interesting thing that to put in, because what triggers all of this is also her asking, like, why the value of life of that cockroach and mine. Why can I easily just close this door and kill this cockroach? And then I think she spirals to be like, well, take away all the layers, go back to the core. We are no different than this cockroach. And if anything, this cockroach predated humans.
Exactly.
He was here way before we were.
Exactly.
But somehow we got the idea that we rule this earth.
Exactly.
Because of XYZ and whatever.
Yeah.
And I think that it was like intentional that she's a sculptress. It's intentional that she's wealthy. It's intentional that she has this nice big house. And this cockroach was in the maid's room. That she's never been in ever in her home.
It's crazy, no?
Right? And her expectation walking into that maid's room was that it's gonna be
be disgusting.
It's perfectly clean
ugly,
and empty.
And it's beautiful and clean. Except for the cockroach.
Except for the cockroach.
It was like such, I don't know, I love the contrast.
Yeah, I think like she laid a very good foundation to then spiral
Yes.
into these thoughts, and it goes everywhere, but at the core of it I found it to be about identity. Like
Yes.
we went here, we went
Yes.
here, we went here, but it all
Yes.
had the same message.
Yes.
And there was a part that also really like resonated with
Yeah.
me was hope.
Oh, yes.
And how,
Yes.
I mean, hope is always perceived as a good thing,
Yeah.
right? Like to
Yeah.
have hope, and but I really like that there's a different perspective of it in this
Yes.
book, where it's also the thing that prevents you from being in the moment.
Yes.
And I actually, there was something that I remember at the beginning where she was like, it's difficult to live in the moment.
Yes.
It's sometimes like painful to
Yeah.
live in the moment.
Yeah, exactly.
And I found it so
Yeah.
realistic. Like,
Yeah.
oh, this live
It's
in the
so
moment. Life is
relatable.
this.
Yeah.
You know, it's always this
Yeah.
context when
In
people
the
say
future,
that.
in the past.
And I
Yeah.
loved, she was like, I need
Yeah.
a hand, an
Yes.
extra hand, hold my hand.
Hold my hands.
She's like, you know, I
Yes.
found it so relatable as well, like
You
that
know,
concept.
yeah, that's true. You know, one thing I was wondering, she talks about the third leg.
Yes.
Was it like a clutch or something she
I
was
took
walking on?
it as a
Or was it like a
metaphor.
metaphor? Yeah.
I mean, I took it as a metaphor
Like
of
us, like holding hands.
like something to ground you.
Yes,
You need
exactly.
another weight to like
Yes.
pull you and to
So
keep
I was
you
thinking about this
standing
because I
somehow.
was like, yeah, she hold on to the reader. She needs to go through this journey with someone.
Yeah.
I love also how she talks about love.
Yeah. We can talk.
You know, like how, like at some point, I highlighted the full page. Look, and she's describing a love that to me sounds perfect. It's a calm, mature, quiet love. And she goes through it and it's like, it's so boring. Like she is unable to enjoy it and she keeps on questioning. And even though at that moment when she was there, she feels like she described it that it was a holiday because she got everything that she wanted out of this love. But then it goes on and she's like, yeah, it was a national holiday, flag raise, but the night is falling and then she cannot stand the slow transformation of something that was transforming into something else. And she's just bored and it becomes like suffocating. It's so nice, it's so quiet that it becomes suffocating to her, you know? And yeah, I really
I think
enjoyed
we
that
can
part.
talk till
Yes.
morning about this. And again, I feel like I grasped 50% of it. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I want to go back in
Mm.
and grasp the other 50%. Or like maybe each time I read
Yeah.
it, I grasp another
Something
10%.
else, yeah.
Or maybe I
That will be
relate.
so funny if we do it on the same book.
I think
and
we
keep
should.
on writing
I think we
with
should.
different colors.
I'm
and
age 40 now.
I'm age-
I relate to this.
I am her.
I am
Oh my
her.
god.
And I love how, like, as insane and
Yeah.
as weird as it was, how relatable. Like,
Yes.
I understood, like I said, this whole anxiety of living in the moment, or the
Yeah.
anxiety of like stripping away everything that is at
Yeah.
the end. She's like, okay, I understood all of this, but I need to
Yeah,
go back to my
exactly.
beautiful life and my party.
Yes.
Like I need
to.
I need that.
I need that.
And if it's
Yeah.
so honest.
But instead of wearing my blue dress, I'm gonna wear my black dress. Like, you
the
know?
death of but it's honest and I get
Yes.
it, and I'm like,
So
I'm
good.
with her, you know, in
Yeah.
different contexts, but I'm with
So
you.
good.
Like, yeah, we also get it, but
Yeah.
I also like my
Yeah.
pretty things. I also want
Exactly.
to. It's
Where's the
just
line? Very
but
interesting.
I'm really happy with
Yeah.
like being introduced to
Yeah.
Clarice
Oh my
Lispector.
god, I can't wait. You know, I feel like I want to read more. I had to force myself to take a break now
Yeah.
to move into something else. But yeah, I think it's very addictive. Like how raw it is.
Yeah.
I
I
found
mean,
it very-
everyone should read it, but
Yeah.
I just think as a woman,
Yeah.
it hits.
I wish
It
men would
hits.
read the.
I hope they read and they understand.
and they understand. You know.
But as a woman, it's
I
like
would be very
I get
curious
it.
to know the perspective of a man reading this.
Me too. I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure
we can
there
read
is.
some reviews and
But
see
yeah.
what they think. But
Yeah.
but like not even objectively as a
Yeah.
book, but the feel. Like, what
Yeah.
do you feel?
Yeah.
Do you relate?
Exactly.
Does it make sense to
Yeah.
you? I wonder, because it makes sense to us.
It does.
Maybe we are
Big
as
time.
crazy.
We loved it.
Clarice Lispector, 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5.
No comments.
No comments.
No notes.
No justification. Nothing.
Read her.
A good transition
Last book.
from Clarice to Perfection by Vincenzo Latronico. Perfection.
Italian?
Yes, Italian author. And actually, a very good transition into when we were talking about aesthetics and beauty and what are we and who are we without all of those extra
Mm.
layers of things and materials. And so Perfection is the story of a couple of expats. I think they're South European, but they live in Berlin for a long time. And the whole book starts with like their perfect apartment in Berlin.
Mm.
Beautiful,
Mhm.
like everything is the plants, the light, the wooden thing, and the Vogue on the table, and the monocle, and the New Yorker, and the coffee that they are drinking, so they are kind of digital
Perfection.
nomads. Everything looks perfect in their lives. They work, they travel, they have the perfect Instagram life. You know, everything
Very
is
now.
pretty,
Very
very,
now.
very relatable.
Yeah.
But I mean, then there are like some small things that are showing that not everything is perfect, right? Like
Mm.
some small things happen to them, some things that maybe don't make them very happy at the moment. And, suddenly it's a bit like things are shattering around them. They don't appreciate that much like what they have, what they own,
It
and
loses
they
its
start
meaning, right? After some
exactly
point.
they start losing a bit this
Mm.
meaning. So I'm still thinking a bit because I finished it recently, like 2 days ago. um and yeah, I'm still thinking of it, to be honest, because one, it's very relatable. This is our life, and I cannot say that when I read this I could relate or I could see myself in some of those
Mm.
things, right? Because we, as you were just saying earlier, we also enjoy what the aesthetics, what is
Mm.
pretty. And yes, I do enjoy like nice stuff, and I'm like, yeah, it's not bad, it's just society, right? And I was listening to a
But if it's so also close to our society, it's also like, well,
yeah,
I live it. Why am I reading something that I see every day? Like, is that how it felt? Like,
it did feel
too
a
familiar?
bit too familiar, to be
Mm.
honest. Not to that extent, because I mean it's very short, right? And the characters are not like enjoyable.
Mm.
There's no depth, so it's really like a good reminder that not everything is as it seems.
Mm.
um but it's very interesting, like they go and they move to like different countries, right? Or they go to 3 months in Lisbon and 3 months in
Mm.
Greece and 3 months in Sicily, and they go to the same co-working space. They have the same kind of coffee,
It's just same life.
matcha,
Yeah.
the exact same in whichever location we are in this world. And
This sounds
I
like a
thought
nightmare
about
to
this
me.
because wherever we travel, like honestly, we get the
You know
same
what we
things,
say?
kind
No,
of.
but we also say. But I
Yeah,
think we say like, but why would we go here? We have this at
yeah,
home.
we
I
don't
I,
go,
I think we have
but you
this.
find the same concept, the same places, the same aesthetically
This
pleasing places all
yeah,
around the
yeah,
world. Your
yeah,
matcha,
yeah.
your flat white,
And you know what? Even I'm sorry.
Yes,
Like, okay, we think I was in Iran. I was
yeah,
in Tehran. Right? Like, I think
yeah,
you think even there, the whole thing was matcha.
exactly.
And every coffee shop was like, there's no color, it's
Yes,
gray, it's industrial, there's no. And I'm like,
yes.
where am
Like,
I? What?
how,
How
why
do we
is
all turn up the
everything
same?
so sanitized? Why is everything the same everywhere?
It's because we're all connected.
Yeah, it's too much
It's too
connection,
much
I
connection.
believe.
I really believe in this
Yes,
as well.
honestly.
Who were we discussing with? It's like back in the day, your circle of friends was like
Yeah, when we were talking about Wuthering Heights.
whoever you can walk
Yes,
to. That's
exactly.
it.
That's it. Now it's like we compete with billions of people every day.
I
Who
swear,
has the best
I'm
life?
even questioning, like, am I
Yeah.
showering properly? Like, all these, like, come with me to my 15-step
Yes.
shower routine. And I'm like, I have one shampoo.
One.
Is that wrong? I saw one video of
Yeah.
this lady cleaning her house and
Ooh,
she
I know
like
these people.
mopped her
Yeah.
wall.
How did this algorithm find you, though?
I don't know. It found me. And then I started, like, am I supposed to wash my walls? Is that a thing? Can you please let us know? Do you wash your
It's not the
walls?
thing.
But it makes you,
Yeah.
it's too
Yeah, it makes you
much.
question.
I
Yeah.
have too much
Yeah.
insight into
Yeah.
people's lives
Yeah. That's the
to the point where
problem.
I don't know what is the
That's the
right way to
problem, to be
live.
honest.
Like, what am I
Yeah.
supposed to do?
Like, why?
Everything, right?
Yeah.
And you watch this. Okay, we're getting off topic, but
Mm.
this documentary
Yeah.
of I saw it on Netflix. It was like a family YouTuber,
Mm.
and the mom turned out to be this like psycho abuser. but everything on camera
Was perfect.
was perfect. And these kids were living in extreme filth,
Hell.
abused, dirt. It was
Oh my
horrible
God.
conditions, and
Yeah.
they ran away, and the neighbors
Yeah.
saved them and all this.
Wow.
But nothing
Yeah.
nothing
is
is
as
what
it
it seems.
Nothing.
But it's always been
So
like this,
it got
right?
me,
Like,
yeah. I think between this and Clarice, it got me thinking, yeah, a lot about, like,
but this
the
also says that
layers.
story.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
It says
But it's I don't know
also.
how many years
Yeah.
in a different way. I don't know. I actually love the fact that
Also, this,
oh,
like, if you want to look into a topic, I feel, especially
maybe even this.
when you think about identity,
Othello, yeah.
the layers, all of the extra layers, the society, like, not only society, the capitalism, right? They make you believe this is getting very deep, that we need stuff.
We need everything.
You need everything to be
Oh
a
my
person,
God.
to be like someone, a fully formed person. You need this, and you need the
I
latest
swear.
this and the latest that. And it's like we're just stuck into this loop
And we
where
know that is, but somehow
we know, but we forget.
we still
And
are in it.
this was a good reminder.
Yeah.
So not bad, actually. Now I think of it, I think I will put
Okay,
it
it sparked this very
closer,
deep conversation. So I
closer
think
to
it
a
did
4.
something.
Yes. And it's the International Booker Prize 2025.
Oh.
So we are getting into the list of 2026.
Shortlisted. Nice.
Yes. That's it.
That's it.
I
And
believe.
I believe a very quick honorary mention to my
Yes.
MM Lion.
Yes, you.
I've been talking this MM Lion to death. I will
Yes.
not repeat it again. But MM Lion Volume 4, I read, I loved, 5 stars. I love the series. If you like to have joy in your life that is no depth, just fun, please read MM Lion.
Okay.
There's some depth to everything.
Noted.
But okay.
Noted.
Love it.
Love it. I believe
that's
that's
a wrap.
it for February. An amazing month of reading.
High, huh?
I believe
We
a
did
very
great.
long discussion as well today, but
a
we
good
enjoyed sharing with you disagreements and agreements.
Yes.
Both.
Yes.
We did great.
Let us know if you've read any of this,
Yes.
if you agree or you disagree with us. And as always, please, hidden gems. We need more.
Yes, please send us, and see you next month.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.